You snap like a crab. Quit stealing from the Three Stooges.
couple minutes early, but that feels like a reasonable time to stop. Better than starting a whole other song and being late. I don't want to do that. Okay. What's going on, guys? What do you think of that last song? It was the first time I ever aired it on stream, or really ever aired it anywhere. I still haven't even named it. Like, the lyrics aren't done. I just wanted to show off the instrumental before the stream started. Hello, Andrex. Okay, so we're doing Ratchet versus Robin today, and this one's kind of a challenge because the client commissioned for it to be over 5 minutes long, which is kind of where I start hopping on the struggle bus, because I don't really. It's pretty rare for me to write songs over 5 minutes, especially like battle soundtracks over 5 minutes. Some of my own stuff maybe, because like when it's non-combat music, you can really take dynamic places you can't when it's combat music, and it has to kind of stay higher energy the whole time, or almost the whole time. But let's give it a listen. I'm going to be doing tweaks while we do this first listen through. Granbull getting in early this time. Thanks so much, Granbull. Hello, Emerald Walnut from YouTube. I need to go back. I'm still working on that part. That's kind of farty. That's what I was still working on. So let's give this some tweaks, because I don't think I like that sound. 808 NASCAR. There we go. This'll do. Yeah, I feel like this fight kind of can't be too like rock or metal. It's more like techno future, and he wanted it to specifically sound like there were wrenches fighting. So if you guys remember the dumpsters from the Vilgax stream, we leaned back on those dumpsters. There's actually samples of the dumpsters being hit by a wrench. So, all right, AAA's already gone. All right, see you later, dude. Tweak this. This dumpster music is evolving. By the end of this stream, it'll be nothing. Like, not this stream, but by the end of these commissions, like the last song of these commissions will be nothing but dumpster sounds. It's just gonna be like dumpster sounds and like an animal that we found in the dumpster, and it's gonna make like a squeaking noise, and I'll pitch bend that around to make the melody. Nothing but dumpster. It's just the natural evolution of music, guys. Don't you know that this is just the way that things evolve over time? Hey, Dylan. And hello, Stella. Well, Guns, the last one isn't actually yours anymore, because there was someone did a raffle, and at the end of the raffle, the person commissioned Lucina from Fire Emblem versus Clarin from Rivals of Aether. Yeah, there was a raffle that we held for like people who missed and couldn't afford a commission, and it's the very last thing I'll be doing. Where am I at? I did the Brahms. I didn't do the low brass. That's what I was at. We're still on the first one, Ratchet versus Robin. Hey, Hannibal. Next is this synth. Not this synth, I was incorrect. This synth. And then these keys, which I think I might have already done earlier. Yeah, I saw what Ethan made. Ethan's been sharing me with the stuff he's been working on. Ethan's really talented for his age. It's like really impressive. Who's simping? Commissions are going to be permanent. I'm not sure you mean by they're going to be permanent, Andrex. After this batch, I might do one more and then not do them for a while I focus on my own stuff and like death battle stuff. And by a while, I mean I might not do them until I'm gonna do one more batch, and then I'm not gonna do them till like next November maybe or October. Okay. Why are you just doing one note? Don't be weird. I feel like this synth wasn't doing enough. I think we're gonna give that a little bit more EQ work too. Sorry, I'm not super interactive. I'm a little worn out today. I took a nap yesterday and messed up my sleep schedule a little bit, so I'm just a little tired. Tonight, Zombie Snake, I'm working on Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank versus Robin from Iconoclasts, which I've never played Iconoclasts, but I'm hoping to do this game justice. Ow, that's kind of loud. That's much better. I still got a long way to go, Evans. Or I guess Evans' mentor. Let's see. Start putting compression and stuff on these guys so we can start wrapping up this mix, and we'll... Have I tried? Yeah, I actually just finished a cup of coffee before the stream. That's why it was so long before I actually started the stream. I was finishing a cup of coffee. This is percussion, so let's compress it like percussion. I'm glad you liked the Warhammer versus Warcraft matchup. I kind of had a lot of fun with that one too. It was really obscure compared to at least that batch. There was a couple ones that were more obscure, I guess, but just like Orc Fight, no one would have seen that coming. Okay. Very distorted drums. I wanted them to sound like machine drums, like not like a drum machine, but like a mechanical being that is doing percussion instead of a drum set, while still just being a drum set. Alright, see you soon, AAA. Gotta love an 808. Even the 808 on its own. Just bass, the sound of bass. Right? That sounds good, even on its own. I've submitted the second batch to Apple Music and stuff at this point, so it's just a matter of when it shows up. Yeah, we'll treat it like bass this time. I assume that this can just be the same, since it's the same sound preset. Don't worry, it should be literally any day now. I submitted it towards the end of last week, which is when I said I was gonna. And I guess I'm just gonna submit the vocal versions of stuff later. I actually haven't had a chance to work on the vocals for basically anything except the one that's already out, the Mako versus Chie one, because all the rest of them require like guest vocalists and stuff, so it's like a whole extra set of steps. I've got to record the vocals for the guest vocalists to know how the vocals go, and then they record them, and then they get them back to me, and then I mix them. It's like a whole set of extra steps that is just going to make the other songs take a little longer. I've already explained that to the people who commission those songs, and they understand. But they will come when they're done. They're still in the pipes. Just keep on keeping on with these Brahms. Burb, as far as what else is getting vocals, a couple people have asked me not to spoil what gets vocals, but it'll be pretty easy to tell when the songs start dropping on iTunes and you see ones that say iTunes and Apple Music and stuff, and you see ones that say instrumental, because those are the ones that are gonna also have vocal versions. But you didn't hear that from me. Don't worry, Fish. I got you, fam. And yeah, buddy, I'm definitely going out. Like, you know, who wouldn't? You know, like someone hiring you for music. Of course, you want to give it your all. I'm doing the best I can with all these anyway. Like, I can't guarantee that they're all going to be my best song ever because some of them are making me explore areas that I somebody making me explore areas. Like some of the clients and commissions are making me explore areas and genres that I'm not super used to. In fact, the other song I'm working on in this stream is like a super different genre for me. I can't wait to switch over to that one so you guys can hear. And I just started working on it today, so it's not super fleshed out, but it's a really, really weird. Well, not it's weird for me. I think it sounds good. It's just really different. It's like all very classical instruments, and it's not like fully orchestral. It's like classical folk. You'll see what I mean a little bit later in this stream. Strings. I'm kind of struggling with the one that's the thumbnail one for tomorrow too, by the way. So that stream might be a mess. We'll see. Because I'm really struggling with that song. It's like not even halfway done. I think I'm done with Neku versus Joker. Does that one have vocals? Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah, Gecko Buddy. It has vocals. Sorry, I have it on my list, but doesn't necessarily mean I'll remember unless I check the list. Yeah. I can't wait to get to the vocals on that one because it's very jazzy, and I have a couple jazz singer friends who I think would be stoked about it. Meanwhile, the synth bass is just rumbling in the background menacingly. I don't know if they fight in Date Alive. All I know, or Date Alive. I don't know how that's actually said, by the way. But I know that the music that I was given it's a very much a struggle. So I've been using like really heavy drums to try and glue together and make a fight track out of it. We'll see. We'll see where it goes tomorrow. It could be a mess. Could be fun. How messy it is. How are you playing golf, Dagger? Like, are you like at a golf course playing golf right now, or are you playing on a game? Keep this train rolling. We're almost done with the compression and EQ again. Alright, now the last instrument to do that. I feel like I'm drawing a blank when you guys talk about Geno. The only thing that comes to my mind when you guys say Geno is Genos for me from One Punch Man. And I feel like that's probably not the same character. Okay, let's hear it all together and let's do a little bit of mix and master on the master. Oh, helps to not. I've not played Super Mario RPG, no. I'm very busy with music 99% of the time. When I do play games, it's very limited selection. I gave Cyberpunk 2077 a shot, and that was a hot mess. So I'm just back to playing Final Fantasy VI right now, because that commission for Bahamut from Final Fantasy VI got me thinking that I wanted to play Final Fantasy VI again. Okay, what can we slap some reverb on in this guy? I think all three of these like piano sounds would be good with it. Daniel says he needs to know, is that Discord I'm on? I am on Discord, but no, I'm currently not using Discord on stream. I'm not sure what you mean. Yes, Final Fantasy VI is the one with Kefka. And yes, I watched the season finale of Mandalorian, and I thought it was a really cool twist. It's a shame about the CGI. One sec, I'm getting distracted and we're just listening to this infinitely. Okay, let's hear that back in context, because that was a lot of the same part over and over. Let's also add this to the strings. And the leads. Mando's got to have some matchups. I'm sure he does. Right now, he doesn't have any particular, feats beyond just basic Star Wars Mandalorian feats. He hasn't done anything super impressive, but, put him up against someone else who is kind of just like street tier level, I guess. You said it was actually Mark Hamill de-aged, and yeah, it was, but it was CG and it was a mess, and it wasn't on Mark Hamill's actual face. It was like someone else doing his body. It looked really Uncanny Valley. It was kind of a shame. It was like the only. It looked good for what it was, but it also I've seen better deep fakes on YouTube. So let's see, synth lead here. I'm gonna run this through the reverb as well. And same with this one. Wish there was more going on with this track, but it's 5 minutes. Yeah, Beskar can hold back lightsabers. I don't know how well that applies to stuff outside of universe, though. I'd say his biggest feat is his armor, though. Yeah. All right, later, Zombie Snake. As I've said several times for you, Daniel, I'm on Pro Tools. The software is called Pro Tools. Yeah, but that's his armor, Burb. Blowing up the Krayt Dragon and tanking it is his armor. So I said his armor is like his biggest asset. Pro Tools is not free, it's like $600. This song's kind of a mess. Yeah, and Pro Tools is one of the most expensive ones at $600. It wasn't $600 when I first started using it. In 2008, 2008, 2009, when I first started working on Pro Tools. We're gonna switch over to the other song now because I'm kind of sick of hearing that one. When I first got Pro Tools, it was $300, and it came with the box that basically made Pro Tools possible back in the day because computers weren't strong enough to run Pro Tools on their own without an external audio box. I don't know what you mean, Guns. That song is absolutely like a disaster. I'm gonna hope that the client likes it. It's another one of those where it's like, I don't know how I feel about it, but hopefully the client likes it. And yeah, I'm only working on 2 today, Dagger. It's just not always feasible to do 3, especially when one of the songs is like 5.5 minutes long, you know? So I only had a chance to work on 2 today. I honestly wasn't intending to do this one at all. I was just going to be a 1-song stream, but I sat down and wrote this before the stream started. Hey, comic. This song is Sakura from Naruto versus Morgiana from Magi. And this one's kind of still whip. It's not a final arrangement. I've never seen anything to do with Homestuck, Burb. The only thing I know is that Megalovania is originally from Homestuck. Got a long way to go on these drums and stuff. It's yeah, Sakura, the one from Naruto. I think this song is turning out really weird. Like, the client said if I could to incorporate Sakura's original theme in it, and if not, to use like a combat theme from Naruto, and I wanted to do Sakura's original theme, so this song ended up being very, very folky, because Morgiana's theme was also very folky, so it's like East meets West, like 1400s music. Oh, I already did that, didn't I? Yeah, okay. It's a whip. Whip meaning work in progress. WIP. Whip. Really like how cool that sounds. Pretty cool pad. I also really like how this sounds. I'm always coughing. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, we could try whipping a dumpster. We could just throw a dumpster into this too. Dumpster in all the songs. I am unironically probably going to use that dumpster sound font next season of Death Battle, because it sounds really good. It makes for a very industrial sound. So if there's like any industrial fights that it'll work for, I'll probably end up actually using it. Okay. Naruto just means spiral. So yeah, it can be. It's like that little. It's the thing that you made emojis of. I've never heard Akuma's theme verb. Do you want the Fish Junior? No, sorry, that's only a Fish Junior thing. I'm not even gonna do it to Fish Senior's account. It's Fish Junior only. He gets the random timeouts. Doesn't that sound weird? Like Mongolian singing? Weird in a cool way, though. Keep it going. Good old EQ and compression streams. It seems to be most of what I do on stream, huh? Maybe Naruto is the food and then Uzumaki is the spiral. I'm not super positive. That's not Japanese that I'm familiar with. I gotta say that waffles are probably my favorite out of those three, followed by French toast, then pancakes. They're all good though. Yeah, there's not really a drum set this time to do that to, is there, Ethan? So it's all EQ today. This is a theorbo. It's an ancient European instrument. I think it sounds really cool. A real pleather for breakfast vibe from the vocals. I don't know what that is, but the vocals are all like Mongolian choirs and stuff. I literally used Renaissance instruments, like a bunch of instruments from the Renaissance, and then a bunch of instruments from ancient China, because I don't have a bunch of ancient Japanese instruments. I have some ancient Japanese instruments in here, but I have more ancient Chinese instruments, and so we're just kind of pretending that that's okay, even though it's not, even though they're very different cultures. Yeah, there's not a single instrument in this song that isn't like less than 500 years old. It's wild. My favorite robot character. That's such an incredibly specific question, Minetta. This is actually a recorder. Apparently a recorder is an ancient instrument, I learned. We lagged for a second there. Oh, Jacobot asked. Sorry, your name was right next to his. Later, Jose. Let's see this from the start. Yeah, it's not Ratchet versus Robin, it's Rachel. Rachel versus Robin. It's just some random women fighting. Two Karens fighting in a parking lot to this music. Sure thing. Hello, La Pala de Juan. We're not on the Ratchet fight anymore, Garfield, no. I'll switch back over to it in a bit, I just kind of got tired of hearing it. Tomorrow, the only thing I know that I'm working on is the one in the thumbnail. The Diavolo versus Karumi one. Because I'm kind of struggling with that one, so the whole stream might just be me struggling with it. Si, Fist Jr. No problemo. No problem. Blah. Switching languages, 1 second. No problemo. Uh-oh, is the stream is buffering, guys? It's not buffering on my end. It doesn't say I'm dropping any frames or anything. It says I'm dropping 10% frames, but that should still be streaming just fine. No, I'm not streaming on Wednesday because there's stuff I gotta get done in real life. And then there's I'm also not gonna be streaming, of course, on Christmas Eve and Christmas. So I'm just streaming one day and Tuesday. And it'll probably be a shorter stream tomorrow because it's gonna be one of those where I'm, like I said, I'm just struggling with one song. We'll see if we can get that one song done. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't, necessarily buffering. I'm just saying that the upstream seems to be good, so it's something else. You're welcome, Volnut. Oops. What do you think? Does this feel like an RPG kind of combat song? Like, am I doing okay? I've never done anything like this before. Oh boy, my power seems to be flickering. Whew. Almost lost power there for a second. That was wild. I'm gonna make sure and save this. Thinking someone else that lives in this house might have turned on a space heater or something. A space heater or a hair dryer or something. But yeah, if I randomly disappear, that's why. Yeah, I must construct additional pylons. Can't get my throat clear. I'm gonna mute myself for a sec. Okay. There. Yeah, now we get to stream with the suspense that the stream could end at any moment. Someone's straying a breaker or something. I kind of want it to feel more like that, Dang, I still can't get my throat clear. It's that coffee I drank. want to get that feel like the recorder is dancing around you a little bit. So we're gonna shrink it down to mono, and then we're gonna make it stereo again with an auto pan. I used to use this effect way too much back in the day in my music. Dang. Ramp. Wait, why are we only going one way? I want you to go both ways. Single beat clock. Because we need to be on sign. There we go. And then we switch over to 2 bars. Now let's hear how this recorder sounds now. Feels more like it's dancing around us. Well, we'll see what the client thinks of that. I mean, I'll probably mix it a little more off stream. But for now, that's about as folk battle as I can do. So we'll pop back over to the Ratchet versus Robin right after I finish consolidating these clips. Okay, Ratchet versus Robin, here we come. You missed RPG sounding Japanese music. Apparently you also missed crazy gestures. Yeah, and power issues. You missed the ceiling light flickering like the house was possessed. Yeah, the chat will be behind because it's latency from me to you and then also from you back to me. Woo. I just got like a weird pressure from that part of the song. That was weird. I felt like I was tripping out. Yeah, for some reason this part of this song made me feel like my brain was getting sucked out my ears. I've never had that happen before. I think we'll cut down, we'll really cut down here to like let me just bring this up an octave, maybe. There we go. That's way less messy. That was kind of the problem I was having at the end of this before. Is that there was just two different lead lines going on at the same time. And it just sounded like chaos. Actually, technically there were three. But these sound cool together, so it's okay. Kind of a shame I can't make it go even longer. I mean, I guess I could. I'm sure the guy wouldn't mind. A million-year-long song. He already paid for a million-year-long song. Let's just drag that over one more, and we'll just have some leads play on. That maybe? Definitely not that. Something else simple going on here? Maybe another piano. There we go. According to all known laws of aviation, a bee should not be able to fly. think that's a little more ending-esque than the before with just another Brahm hit. I feel like that's getting a little bit overdone in some of these songs I've been doing. So now the song is almost 6 minutes long. Just still within the time category he paid for, just on the long side. My lord, 6-minute song. Chris, the matchup changed, and then also it changed back. So it's like you were never gone at all, Chris. I'll show you Emerald Hero. What was going on before, and the reason I was saying that the ending was bad, was because it was two different lead lines going on, like this, which on its own doesn't necessarily sound bad, but in the context of everything, going on here, listen to how this sounds. Because it's actually 3 leads. It's actually all 3 of these leads playing at the same time. Which is just a bit too much. But if we make these 2 leads the same, it sounds like, you know, it's playing these 2 leads together. They're the same lead. And then this third lead that from before is highlighting the accent like the strongest notes. In kind of a cool way. It's more organized while still being huge. I haven't watched South Park since I was a kid, if I'm being honest. The toilet humor kind of stopped appealing to me as I became an adult. Who is your favorite Paper Mario comment thread character? I don't know, man. That's incredibly specific, and I've never even played Paper Mario. Well, all 3 leads together work on their own. They don't work in the context of everything. So I don't want to do that. It's just too much. It's distracting to your ear. Your ear doesn't know what to latch onto. Where with 2 of them playing the same thing, your ear knows, oh, this is the melody. This is what I should be listening to. Another one of the problems with a 6-minute long song is that, like, it might need a whole other section, just something that's completely different from everything else. I haven't done a 6-minute long song since Kings of Infinity, and that one was pretty repetitive, and I don't want it to be that repetitive again. But I don't know where else I can take this without it just sounding completely out of left field. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep session juggling between these 2 songs. We're going back to Sakura versus Morgiana now. And this is one of the techniques I use to keep my momentum going, is if anytime I start to feel stuck or like tired of one, just pivot to the next song or pivot to another thing I'm working on. Would I recover Alive? I mean, I've already redone it in 2019, but I'd probably redo it again in 2020. Maybe. Or 2021, I guess. Dang, 2020's already almost over. How'd that happen? I blinked and I missed it. I also remastered EXO in 2019. I'm pretty happy with that remaster. The Alive one I didn't improve, but the EXO one I definitely made better. Alright, later, Andrex. Thanks for stopping by. I'm a little concerned that 2021 is going to be even crazier. A lot of stuff going on in the world right now. Yeah, I did definitely improve Unlocking Heaven the most. There's a funny story behind Unlocking Heaven where my cat chewed through one of my speakers for my mixing, like one of my mixing speakers cords. So I had to mix that one in headphones, and so the original Unlocking Heaven was just nasty. The mix was just terrible because I couldn't mix it with my headphones. Let's ease off some of these harsh tones in this shakuhachi, because it's a little harsh. And around here and here. Just ease off some of those resonant frequencies because they sound nasty. Yeah, you guys think that it's going to be 2021, but what's going to happen is the ball's going to drop at the end of 2020, and it's going to just there's going to be a big, like everyone's screen is going to go black, and it's just going to say 2020 Part 2, and then we're going to have 2020 Part 2 next year. It's like the last Harry Potter movie. It's like Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2, but it's 2020 Part 1 and Part 2. No escape. Okay, but please play the part instead of just hitting one note and stopping. Was my favorite ancient civilization? It's interesting. I think some of, like, probably ancient, like, Meiji era and earlier Japan. I really just like the honor culture that Japan used to have way back. And I really love their ancient traditional art. Their use of, like, cyan and red and black and white was very just dramatic, made for really dramatic art and music, and just their traditional culture in general, kabuki theater. It's all very beautiful. It's like I'm not a modern weeb, I'm like a weeb. I'm an ancient weeb, and I'm also a modern weeb, so I'm both. But traditional Japanese culture is very cool to me. Other than that, maybe ancient I don't know, like other places just seem horrifying. I mean, not that ancient anywhere is horrifying to live, but gotta go with ancient Japan for my first choice. Yeah, it's gonna be the beginning of Skyrim. person's name is just yes, and they're a red circle, and they just say, huh? I still haven't played Killer Instinct. I love the music from Killer Instinct, but I don't really play a lot of fighting games aside from, like, Smash. Okay, now what do you say we put this all into like a theater chamber? So instead of, normally when you do reverb, you want to only put reverb on some stuff because you want it to sound like some stuff is spacious and some stuff is further away. But what if we make this whole thing just sound like it's in, I don't know. We'll fiddle with it a bit and we'll see what we can make it sound like. I think maybe making this sound like an ancient, like traditional live performance outside might sound really cool. It's going to take some trial and error, though, so it's going to sound bad before it sounds good. Have I played Dead Rising? I played the first one back in, like, the ancient days. Okay. Reverb on everything. My friend Mason's probably rolling in his bed. He's still alive, so he's not rolling in his grave, but my friend Mason's probably rolling in his bed. He's just like waking up in a cold sweat, like, Brandon's putting reverb on everything again, I know it. Because it's like a kind of a joke with him and I that we both like reverb a whole lot. And have a habit of putting too much reverb on stuff. My favorite villain of all time? I don't know, man. These are like such grand questions you're asking. But maybe Frieza. Frieza's really cool. I don't know if he's my favorite of all time, but he's someone who comes to mind when you ask that, at least. My favorite childhood games are Final Fantasy VI. Let's see. Final Fantasy VI is up there. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire versions. The first and second Halo games were super influential on my childhood. So I guess in that order, like when I was a really young child, Final Fantasy VI. And then young teenager was Ruby and Sapphire. And then also young teenager, but slightly into older, was like the first and second Halo. It's like from late middle school, or I guess mid-middle school, like 6th grade to like graduating high school. The Halo games were huge to me. Still trying to find a reverb I like for this. This is not the Ratchet matchup anymore. This is Sakura from Naruto versus Morgiana from Magi. Oh. I've been hoping and praying for a Final Fantasy VI remake for a long time. Give me a Final Fantasy VII level graphics Final Fantasy VI, like Final Fantasy VII remake level graphics Final Fantasy VI, please. I think this one's about ready to show to the client and see what they think. What do you guys think? You think this thing's sounding kind of like a complete track at this point? I guess we could listen to the whole thing, although it's a little bit flat. It's not very dynamic, but it's kind of the thing about battle tracks is that some of them are more incredibly dynamic when you think about like Gods of Destruction's all up and down and all over the place, and then some of them are definitely way more flat when you think about like Marvelous, for example, where it's just a consistent kind of backing track. And so some of these are the same. I think this has got some good dynamics to it. It drops down to these sections. I personally can't wait to watch the second half of ReZero Season 2 for 2021. Later, Paul. Nothing to be sorry for. Thanks for stopping by. Nothing to worry about, Ethan. Hey, I love Lost Ice Storms. I think this successfully captures the Naruto, like, ninja fight vibe, while also capturing the kind of Celtic folk vibe from Magi. I just thought of something I kind of want to add. So what we're going to do is duplicate this harmonics track, except the active playlist. We're actually not going to use the harmonics. We're going to use something else that's plucked strings. Plucked strings. Now let's hear what we can. Let's hear what we can hear. Maybe a Yangshin. These always take a really long time to load because they're on my my hard drive instead of my SSD. Because I bought another SSD, but I haven't put it in my computer yet. So this is going to take just a moment to load. Or just take a full minute. There it goes. Now it's actually loading. All right, now we should be able to toss this in during these sections, and I think it'll sound cool. Let's hear how that sounds in context. Please play more than one note, Pro Tools. Oh lord, those are half notes. We need eighth notes. I thought we were on eighth notes. We'll try it with 16th notes. We'll get it right one of these days. Then we make it hit hard. I don't think this is the right instrument for this, but I do want this to happen. So we lose the Yangshin bounces, go back to Jade, and see if we can't find another plucked instrument that works better. Maybe not a plucked instrument. What about strings? Maybe a banhu. I didn't know there was a video game for One Punch Man. I need to look into that. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Well, my favorite pizza is pineapple, jalapeno, chicken, bacon on white sauce. So I'm gonna go with yes. This instrument sounds really funny. Sounds like a duck. Never heard a banhu before. What's a CAC game, Dylan? I don't know what that is. What do I think about Days of Booster Pass? I think it's solid. Not my best work. I wanted so much more out of it for having like synth elements, but it just didn't pan out that way, you know? Sure thing, Josh Bennett. What atrocities is it that you think I've committed? I like this guy. I like this instrument. It's very squeaky. Very squeaky little buddy. My least favorite score is I Am All of Mewtwo from Mewtwo vs. Shadow. I think that song is an absolute tragedy. Yeah, I mean, people in Korea put sweet potato on their pizza. Later, Dagger. Thanks for stopping by. I think Olympus Mons has aged really well. La Pala de Juan. I think it's aged really well compared to a lot of my other stuff from that era. Josh, if you think of me liking pineapple on my pizza is weird, that's like caveman level. Because like I'm over here putting peanut butter on my burgers, and that's amazing. Peanut butter pickle burgers are the best. Doesn't need anything else. It hits all the right spots. Why not Kefka versus what's that jester character from Deltarune? I mean, I feel like Kefka stomps, but still fun to have the jester character from Deltarune versus Kefka. I actually don't know who the Marks character is, though. I do love me some chai lattes. Yeah, Jevil. Josh acting like it's weird to do these things, but like, have you ever thought about what cheese is? Cheese, first of all, milk, which is where cheese, comes from. Milk is modified cow sweat. We get it from like a cow tit, and then we let that go bad, and then we take parts of the bad rotten milk and we like blend it together, and that's where you get cheese. So like pizza's already gross and weird if you have cheese on it at all. So like pineapple's not that strange of an extra step. I like bacon and pineapple. Bacon, pineapple, chicken, and jalapeno on white sauce. Maybe some red onion if I'm feeling like red onion. Well, it's your fault, Dude Blade, for not sharing the pizza. I think peanut butter on a hot dog might be a little weird for me, but on a burger, it's pretty good. Yeah, it turns out that good flavors go good together. Who'd have thought? If you like one flavor and you like the other flavor, for the most part, they go well together. Your profile pic, Josh, is like 6 pixels wide on my screen. Not really, but it's like a centimeter wide. I think this one's about wrapped up too. Yeah, I saw Google Play Music got yeeted, as you say. I noticed when I was trying to listen to music of my own that I put on my phone. That rhymed. What am I, an elf? Anyway, I tried to put some of my own music on my phone, and it made me go into the YouTube Music app, and then like it was a pain in the butt. It was a pain in the butt to try and find my own music. It was really annoying because I like to listen to my my mixes in a car before I call them final. At least when it's like something that I consider like really important. I want the mix to sound good in a car because most of the time when people are listening to music, they listen to music in their car. So I had to do a whole little struggle to try and find my music in YouTube Music app, and I was like, you know what, forget it. And I just like went into my Android files and played it through my Android files. Who's my favorite Final Fantasy protagonist? Maybe Tidus. Um, Not super sure though. I had a really big crush on Yuna when I was younger, when I was playing Final Fantasy X for the first time. Yuna and Riku both. They were both just so cute, and I was like, how am I supposed to choose between these two adorable waifus? So, I think we are done working on stuff for today. Mostly because I only had 2 tracks to work on instead of 3 today. And yeah, they kind of came together really well while we were streaming. They were already pretty close because I don't like streaming the whole writing process because that's scary. Because what if I get stuck? But we'll probably also do a shorter Q&A today because like I said earlier in the stream, I'm a little worn down. I took a nap yesterday and messed up my sleep schedule. So we'll just pop on some chill music. Literally gonna put on the most chill songs that I have. And we'll do like a 10-minute Q&A here. Save and close this session. Final Fantasy X in general is really good. Do I like Christmas music? I like good Christmas music. What about the light comic? Would I eat peanut butter on a taco? Depends what else is on the taco. But like just dip the taco shell in chocolate and then like maybe put like peanut butter and like chocolate chips in the taco shell, and you know, might be, or maybe even like vanilla ice cream and peanut butter in the taco shell that you've dipped in chocolate that then solidifies. That might be good. That's just me brainstorming. That's like off the top of my head though. So if I just invented Choco Tacos, you're welcome. Which I know Choco Taco is an ice cream, but that was the joke. I'm the one who decides if it has lyrics, buddy. It just depends on whether or not I feel like doing lyrics for that one, because it effectively doubles the work. It's my favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard. Will I be all right? I think in the end, it's all gonna be all right. It's not wrong to fall in love with anime girls, right? Says Emerald Hero. To my response to that is, if it's wrong, I don't want to be right. Who's a character that I want to adopt? Maybe Senko from the mischievous Senko. I don't remember the English title for Senko-san, but the little fox girl Senko, or Small Jahi might be fun to but maybe Small Jahi to adopt. What's the funniest movie I've watched? It's been a while since I've watched anything comedy. Feels like comedy movies have kind of been slipping lately, or at least I haven't seen any that have been particularly good. Reality includes time. I'm not sure what you're asking. Time is a way for us to perceive fourth-dimensional reality while existing in a three-dimensional plane, if that's what you wanted to know. Will you be alright, Dylan? I believe you'll be alright if you believe you'll be alright. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna play the light comic, because I'm wanting to do just a couple chill songs like this ambient one. Would I rather experience 10 minutes of intense pain or small pain for the rest of my life? I've already done the 10 minutes of intense pain when I had my gallbladder attacks. According to my mother, who has had gallbladder attacks as well, who also had to have her gallbladder removed, the pain is equivalent to childbirth. And I can say that I had a couple gallbladder attacks that were about 90 minutes each, and they were incredibly painful. They dosed me with fentanyl, which is a really, really powerful narcotic, and it didn't even take the edge off. I was just in so much pain. I was like actively screaming, just in the middle of the night in my house, just screaming while the ambulance was on its way. So I'll go with the 10 minutes of that over minor pain the rest of my life, just because it's one and done, and I've already done my one. If anything, I've done like 18 of that. so maybe I get mild pleasure the rest of my life. That'd be a nice little trade. Thank you for reminding me, Dylan. My album drops tomorrow. If you can look up Death of a Ghost by Brandon Yates on whatever music service you prefer and pre-save it, I would greatly appreciate that, because it's a personal album. It means a lot to me. I put a lot of work into it, and it tells some stories and wraps up some stories of music that I've been working on for years. There's a better movie, Detective Pikachu or Sonic. I don't want to have to choose. Both of them were actually really well done. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Maybe a bushel. All right. Later, Money Waffles. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I guess the real question is, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick, right? I'm not really sure how many pickled peppers Peter Piper picked, but if he did pick a lot of peppers, then it'd probably be at least 2. Favorite Power Ranger? I actually was never super into Power Rangers. Apparently when I was really, really young, I was into Power Rangers and watched a Power Rangers movie when I was like 2. Apparently I cried and made my mom take me to the movies. But I have no memory of this. Yeah, at least 5? I mean, you know, somewhere between 2 and 5 then. The worst video game movie. I'm not sure about video game movies. I know for sure that, there's been some really bad anime movies. That Full Metal Alchemist movie was pretty terrible. My favorite Werewolf track is Wings of Iron. Why you keep asking me this? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Like I said, at least 1. If a woodchuck could chuck wood, though, that's the question. Yeah, there was like a Netflix Full Metal Alchemist movie, and it was absolutely atrocious. It was so bad, it's not even worth watching for how bad it is. It's like one of those where you just fall asleep. Oh yeah, I forgot they made a Monster Hunter movie too. I'm sure that was terrible. Hello, Dagger. Just got like one more song worth of Q&A, and we're wrapping up. Cookie flavored ice cream or ice cream flavored cookies? I'd rather have cookie flavored ice cream. Ice cream flavored cookies don't sound as good. Now, brownie flavored cookies sound awesome, but I'd rather have brownie flavored ice cream personally. And by that I mean I want chunks of brownie and caramel in my ice cream. I might be getting ice cream after this stream. Oh, that Death Note movie was so bad too. My god. Why'd you have to bring that back into my brain? I had deleted that. How do locomotives get from point A to point B? They just keep on chugging, I guess? Single pilot or team pilot mix? A bit of both. Darling in the Franxx is amazing to me. I know that's controversial because a lot of people don't like it, but I saw the twist coming. Because I was paying attention and I saw that Father and everyone else were like, clearly there was something suspicious about them, so the twist wasn't as jarring to me. But I also really love like Evangelion, which is single pilot mechs. Favorite 4Kids dub? Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess. I have not played Danganronpa. And I have not seen Artemis Fowl or Avatar: The Last Airbenders movies. I heard how terrible they were, and I avoided them, because I don't actively seek out bad experiences in my life. Thoughts on Kids Next Door? It seemed really cool as a kid. It's something I probably need to rewatch as an adult, because it seems cool. Of course, it might not have aged well. I guess we'll see. Legendary is supposedly making a live-action My Hero Academia movie. What's my view on this? If they make it with love and care towards the original, then, you know, it could be fantastic. I don't think My Hero is out of the realm of what could be done for movies. We have all those Marvel movies, and they're done really well. So if they approach it, you know, with respect to the source material, it could be awesome. But if they just try to make it a cash grab, it's going to be as much ass as most of those other movies are. I watched the original run of Total Drama Island, La Pala de Juan, when it was first coming out. I don't remember much about it, because I was a teenager who wasn't really paying attention. I probably won't work on stuff on the holidays themselves, Daggerlight, but I am going to be working on stuff on and off just as I find time. I'll probably work on stuff Wednesday, but I'm not going to be able to stream because I'm helping my my mom and her husband with some stuff. I don't know about everyone's favorite ship, Dylan Fletcher, but if Zero Two is interested in you, you don't say no to Zero Two. Like, that's an absolute alpha female right there. If she has selected you to carry on her genes, then you just say yes, thank you. What am I gonna do this Christmas? I'm gonna have a small, socially distanced get-together with a couple members of my family. We're gonna do a small gift exchange. And if the police come knocking down my door, then I'm gonna tell them, cuff me, daddy. They'll probably have a trailer for Season 8. I mean, Ethan, I think that the season finales, I think they like to tease a little bit of what we plan to do for next season. I haven't really seen it, though, because I'm not really involved with that episode. But I would guess so. Thanks so much, Garfield. Do I want to see Godzilla vs. Kong? Didn't they already do that, like, 50 years ago? Or more? Favorite Disney princess, or the one that I'd like to see most in Death Battle? I haven't thought about this in a long time. It used to be Ariel, but I'm not sure anymore. So I'd have to give that some thought. Not that I'd want to see Ariel in Death Battle, but that'd be my favorite. The plan, actually, Dagger, is I'm gonna just work on the one song throughout the morning. And I'm probably just gonna do a one song, like, 1 hour long stream tomorrow. And we'll get back to a little bit more normal next week. I'm still gonna take New Year's off as well. And then we'll go back to streaming 5 days a week after the holidays are over. We're just gonna stream 5 days a week until we get all these done. Just hang out with you guys, whoever wants to show up. Maybe I'll ask you guys to order me a pizza at some point. That'd be fun. But I think I'm going to call it there. Thanks so much for showing up, everybody. We will mute myself, and then we'll listen to my my obligatory end of stream song, which is that Billy West breakdown 2.
Bend your knees and snap like a crab. What's the matter with you? Quit stealing from the Three Stooges.